final race of 2019. Hampton Downs 1 hour. Cal Flynn from FN Racing is behind the wheel, and we're about to get underway in a second. Cal starting from the back row of the grid in this handicap race. There are a bunch of cars that qualified faster starting from the pits.
59 minutes.
And then Integra of Nicholas Bertram with a very good start. Cal coming past the number 85 Celica, driven by someone the internet tells me is named only Paul. Passes the 888 Pulsar of Lowndes on the inside to turn 2. Things are pretty busy. See, all the cars in this group are, on paper, quite a bit faster than the Sentra, so Cal's got his work cut out for him. Big lock up there from the Celica. It's the 112 of David Williams. And coming to the outside through 5 over Ben Adams and his Pulsar, and Ortec Pulsar. Up ahead, I think that black Integra is the 265 of Matt Williams, which, when I was following it, was rinsing me down with quite a lot of petrol. And that's just bad for your economy. Taking the final turn on the inside of Williams there. And here's the Sentra's weak point, going up the hill. 140 odd horsepower and nearly 1200 kilos. Doesn't make for a fast ride along here. Sleekers on the outside. Another big lock up there from the 333 Pulsar VZR of Gavin Cook. Coming around 3, trying to sneak around the outside of Adams. As they all duck down the inside of the number 70 Integra of, I guess that's a mystery. Couldn't figure out who was driving that car. I don't think it actually exists. Bertram comes up the inside on the way into the dipper. And Adams has run wide. Cal ducks down the inside. A really great move if you've got the horsepower to back it up. Coming into the sweeper, inside line here, but she's pretty busy. Three wide ahead up there, but that won't be a problem, we can't catch them. Dave Williams coming past on the outside, but he's not going to be able to find room to make a move here. He ducks back towards the inside and Cal's right up the date of 333. Close enough here to make a move, and another big lock up there from Cook. Cal's fast around the outside here through 3, and we'll have the inside line for 4. Bertram still not getting away in the Integra. Bertram looking for the inside line on the Pulsar, can't quite get there. Making up good ground into the sweeper. Slightly tighter line there, but won't have the power to do anything with it. Does make a little bit of ground on the cars behind, which you'll need for the long run back round to turn 1. Tidy through 2 and 3, and the group's coming up now on the MR2 of Brett McQuinlan, the 66. Cal around the outside of Bertram. Integra will have the legs up the hill here, but Cal has the inside line for the dipper. And number 70's run pretty wide there. Cal keeps it tight, jumping the curb, and a good run down towards the sweeper. But Bertram has the legs, and he'll come up on the outside. Holding a tight line, not letting that VTEC Integra have any advantage here until we get to the straight, which is the thing that is the advantage for the Integra. You can see the power of the VTEC Honda there. Cal diving deep down the outside past Bertram here. Side by side out of turn 1. Bertram pulling away. But Cal outbrakes him again. Second gear here. Gets the overlap, gets in front. Right up tight on the mystery Integra sedan through 4. Who in turn is putting pressure on McQuinlan in the MR2. Through the dipper, Bertram's caught up again. Doesn't quite get the same drive out of the dipper as Cal did, so he won't be able to make a move here in the sweeper. Cal making up a lot of the ground. He lost under power there as he brakes deeper than the cars he's following. There's a slightly more comfortable line lead over Bertram, but that gets eaten up just so fast. And Bertram with a very good run out of the sweeper, and Cal with a pretty pretty awesome shift there. Loses some pace and loses the place as well into turn 1. Tries for the inside line into 2. The door gets slammed on him. Number 70 Integra has overtaken Cook. Their fight has slowed them down a bit. Now Bertram and Cal are getting into that fight as well. Cal down the outside as Bertram makes what might have been trying to be a dive on the MR2. And David Williams with a good inside line out of 4, challenging Cal. Not going to be able to make it stick from the outside there. Cal with the inside line. And back behind there, the Pulsar of... who the hell's that? Of Cook. With a good move. And as Williams threatens again, you can see in the background the number 32 Integra of John Scriven, who I think was the first of the people who started from the pits to catch up in this seriously fast Integra. Dave Williams at one side, he backs off, and Scriven up the outside, but he knows he's not going to make that move. Bides his time. Cal now challenging McQuinlan into 2, pressuring him. McQuinlan goes outside, Cal goes inside, and Scriven takes the outside line as well. But he's going to... ooh! Gotta look in your mirrors. Scriven changes to the inside, drags off the Sentra up the hill for the run into the dipper, but runs very wide, outbrakes himself. McQuinlan, on the other hand, takes advantage of the scrap, taking Cal again on the inside. Now it's all work. And coming up, we've got the number 63 Toyota MRS, or ZZW30 MR2 of Alan Thompson. think the New Zealand models of these all had that terrible sequential manual transmission. Toyota fans bemoaned the fact that those third generation MR2s only came out with a 1ZZ engine and not the gruntier 2ZZ from the Celica and some of the Corollas. But you can see it's still enough to challenge the likes of a Sentra SSS. He dives down the inside of Callum in turn 1 as Gavin Cook again is challenging in the Pulsar VZR. Cal's not giving up though, right behind the two blue MR2s into 2. Thompson diving down the inside of McQuinlan into 4, makes it stick, very tidy move. Coming up behind us is the number 41 Primera, which I'm pretty sure Skippy is driving in this. And Skippy knows his way around a Primera, or anything with an SR20 in it. Cook coming close again through the dipper, but he's about to get himself in a drag race with Skippy. Those P11 Primeras, I know I've said it before, but fuck, they've got some pace considering the hardware there's nothing really special about them. I just think they're more aerodynamic. They're just an aerodynamic car. It's heavier than the Sentra, same output, but at the top end they've just got the legs. Just a newer, sleeker shape, even though it does have more frontal area. And here comes Skippy up the inside on the way to turn 1. Braking late. And that's a good move there. Cal's still right up behind him. Behind we've got the Toyota Exev of Matt Rose. A car not many people know about, being basically a 4-door Celica. And since the Celica is basically a 2-door Corona, I don't know, cars are weird. But they do have that grunty 3 SGE, 180 odd horsepower. And no one outside of 2K Cup has any idea what they are. I've got a good run there out of the dipper. Now challenging McQuinlan on the way into the sweeper, taking an outside line. It's a long way around the outside of this corner. But he's able to stay beside him. McQuinlan possibly held up there by the Peugeot 306 of Phil Davenport. And here comes Matt Rose, and you can see the power of the Beams engine there. And the 999 of Donovan Neal following him through in the Levin. Cal takes the MR2 into 306 on the outside on the way into turn 1. Makes that stick handily. And we'll skip to lap 10. And again, David Williams challenging Cal on the way to turn 1 as he approaches the NBMX5 of, I believe that's John Forrest. Someone's kicked up some dust there on the exit of turn 1. Cal making up all the ground here. And he'll be in a position to challenge Forrest for his spot soon. Ahead of Forrest is Alistair Hawkins in the BMW 318 Compact. Forrest looking down the inside. It's not going to make anything happen. Cal makes up a lot of ground, but Williams still there in the Celica as they both go around Forrest. Williams very wide there on the outside of the dipper. He's pretty keen to get past Cal, but hasn't quite been able to take advantage of Celica's additional horsepower through those tight sections. Cal monstering the compact through the sweeper. Foot hard down here. And Hawkins yields, moving to the inside. Cal running up the outside, bringing to bear the superior power of the SSS. It's got like 7 horsepower more. But Williams finally gets around Cal turn 1 on lap 12. Jump to the laser of Grant Coos on the run up the hill, and the Sentra should be able to outrun the laser quite comfortably. Catching up to the AE101 of, I believe that's Aidan Lamont. Coming up behind though, we've got some more faster traffic. Braden Willis in the Celica, and who's that in the Karen? Steve Lancaster. But traffic very busy here now. Cole trying to take Lamont on the outside round 2, can't quite make that stick. He's caught up to the 125 MR2 of Peter Vodanovic. Sorry, that's the 435. Braden Willis up the outside here. But Lancaster makes a big dive, absolutely fucking nails the MR2, spinning him out. Everyone else does a pretty amazing job of avoiding that one. And the 435 MR2 of Drew Haig. Haig is the big winner there, taking something like 5 spots in one corner, thanks to that carnage. Braden Willis had been forced wide onto the grass, where he'd been trying to find some spots on the outside there. The Sentra did get touched, I think, by the MR2, and there's a little smear of red on its rear bumper. Anyway, up ahead through the sweeper, they're 3 wide there, 2 MR2s on the outside of Saxo, the Citroen Saxo of Hugh Paris. And that is the 171 MR2 of Taylor Williams. Paris pits. The pit window has just opened here, 20 minutes in. And here comes Braden Willis again in the Celica. Made up a lot of ground pretty quickly after the turn 4 carnage. Gets a big run out of turn 1, does Willis, and has the inside line into 2. Kel tucks in behind. His exit of 2 wasn't ideal there from Willis, but he should be able to hold this position. Takes a defensive line into 4. And there won't be any challenge there from Kel. Skipping to lap 15, you'll see behind we've got the 521 Peugeot of FN Racing. It's Rachel Norris. You see the indicators in the car light up. That's its weird stability control thing trying to do its thing, but she got way out of shape there into turn 1. A lap later and we have the Ortec Pulsar of, I think that's Dean Jones catching up, along with Roger Johnston and the AE111 Toyota. Meanwhile, Kel is catching up to the AE101. I don't know whether that's Todd Bridston. On the side of the car it says Kirsty Williams. In any case, he's still a little way up the road. And Jones has made his move on the way out of the dipper and will lead into the sweeper. Locking up a rear wheel there, but plenty of pace from the Ortec Pulsar. Johnson coming up the inside on the run up the hill in the blacktop Levin. More dust from someone's excursion off the end of turn 1. See the number 10 MR2 of Paddy Powell catching up from behind. As the Toyota Truno runs a little bit wide through 4 and Kel's able to make up a little bit of ground. Getting close now through the dip of the 101, again wide, and Kel able to capitalise. But Braden Willis has pulled off to the right, and if you've seen his video you'll know that his Celica has suffered some kind of ignition problem and he was forced to retire. The Toyota again wide, but still holding a reasonable amount of pace. While Powell has been making up ground in leaps and bounds and comes up the inside of Cal on the run up the hill and makes that one stick. And then goes past the Toyota on the way into turn 1 as they catch up to some slower traffic. Cal holding a tight line on the exit of 1. He was thinking about making a move there. Comes up the outside. That's not going to stick. Tucks in behind. And you can see ahead there Dave Bailey's MX-5. Cal again looking, doesn't decide to make a move. This is his last lap before pitting, so maybe he's just being nice to the brakes. Chris Morris dives down the inside of Cal on the sweeper, and another Ortec Pulsar, and Graham Butler also comes down the inside and will take that position, entry to the sweeper, and then he will go down the inside of the AE101. Is that fucking Skippy again? Slow down. Can't be. Can it? Stop going so fast. And then Cal will pit in. It's behind David Bailey. And this is where it all goes wrong. Cal makes two mistakes here. The first mistake is he gets out of the car. The second mistake is he lets me get in. Although my main issue was more that I got in 35 seconds too late. A 1 minute 35 pit stop was just a disaster for our results. We lost something like 13 or 14 places. When I got into the car, the front left tyre especially felt tired, and the brake pedal was still pretty long. Anyway, here comes John Scriven. I believe he's lapping me here, and he's probably second at the moment, I think. Coming out of the sweeper comes Andrew Krenz. I've run wide there. I was really struggling to get it to turn in. 1600 VTEC, just dragging off the Sentra on the way up the hill. Now coming up behind me is Hugh Paris in the Citroen Saxo, which you'll recall Cal ran away from quite handily earlier on. He looks at the inside at turn 4. I missed the apex by a mile, which is more than enough room for the Saxo to slot through. The Sentra has the legs up the hill. He's going to go around the outside again. No, he's going to go for a fast and slow out. Slow and fast out. Sort of out. But I actually got a decent run out of the sweep, out of the dipper, sorry. And make up quite a few car lengths on the way into the sweeper. Still, you can see me soaring in the wheel trying to get it turned in. Wash off a lot of speed with the understeer there, which Paris capitalizes on, although he's still too far away to do anything with it. A few laps later, sideways into turn 2. It'll turn in or it won't. I'm just on Struggle Street. Here comes Vodanovic in the 125 MR2. He'll be lapping as well. Missed that apex at 4 again, and Vodanovic is more than happy to run up the outside. I probably braked too early here. Oh yeah, the reason I have no forward-facing camera is because I wasted 35 seconds on top of my pit stop trying to change the battery in it, and didn't even get it done. So lesson learned there. Cannot get it turned into the sweeper again. Run wide across the marbles. You can hear that shit rattling around underneath the car. Well, Ben Adams makes the most of it, catching me up in the Pulsar. He'll go around the outside, over the start-finish line. And a few laps later, it's the 265 Integra of Matt Williams. He's already been forced to pit once to deal with a leaking fuel issue. But you can see there, already I'm getting shit on my windscreen. The issue hasn't been resolved. I don't know whether he's backing off there because he's aware of it or he's been flagged again or what. I'm not sure who that is in the silver BMW. He tries to stuff it up the inside of the Integra, can't. Headlights won't help either, mate. Lap 29, and here we have the yellow flag that was caused by the Pulsar of Lowndes. A breakdown there, I'm not sure what it was, but when I was watching the first part of the race from the pits, that car did not sound healthy as it was going past. But it is a Nissan SR engine, so it's invulnerable to all harm. I'm just coming past the pace car here, which I only saw once in 4 laps. He's just slow there, waiting to pick up the leader. There's Lowndes still sitting there, and then 4 laps later, and the safety car is off the track, and we're about to restart. Dean Jones in the Pulsar gets a bit of run. Maybe he's done this before, because I sure haven't. Anyway, takes me on the inside on the way into 1, as does the 999 of Donovan Neal. Looking in the background, is that fucking Skippy again? Anyway, past the A101 of Stuart Shutt. On the way to turn 2, run wide, counter steer, and yes, it's Skippy up me date for what has got to be the 3rd time. Make that pass easily on the way into turn 4. Traffic building up behind now. The MR2 of Paddy Powell and Rachel Norris in the Peugeot 206. Powell will come past on the inside of turn 1, and then Rachel on the way out. I'm not really willing to let her have it that easily, but there's not much I can do. You can see the indicators flashing again on that car. But she will make that pass into turn 2. Of course, I had a drive of that Peugeot on the Friday practice and was pretty impressed with it. Apart from its weird brakes, it's a really solid car. Graham Butler really keen on getting past me here. I actually got the run on Rachel out of that corner, but she's just able to drive away from me as Butler comes up and prepares to take me on the inside. And if I could get the car to turn in, I could close that door, but I can't, and through he comes. Actually, he might be lapping me here, in which case I wouldn't be doing it anyway. It did cost him a little bit of exit speed to get through past me on the inside, but the blacktop will take him past, and here comes the Altezza, number 28 of Glenn Harrop. Coming into the sweeper, lap 37. A lot of traffic around me on the left, which you can't quite see there. Heavy traffic. Paris, right up my date in the Saxo again. go side by side up the hill as the 810 of Gordon McKercher watches on. Grant Coos there, going backwards. Is it an MR2? Anyway, there's John Forrest, the MX-5. Shit's getting busy. McKercher wants the inside line on Forrest and he lets him have it while the 23 AE111 of Roger Johnson comes around the outside. Forrest, I don't know if he knew he was there. And you can see shit flying across the track there. Harrop has just T-boned Powell in the MR2. All the action happening behind me at the moment. As John Forrest is pretty keen to get past Paris on the inside of 4 with a big dive, and they'll run side by side up the hill. The Saxo's just got the legs on the 1.6 MX-5. Meanwhile, I'm coming around the outside of Taylor Williams in the 171 MR2. There we go. And Paris has left Forrest behind a little bit, challenging me again, and here comes McKercher to challenge Paris. I finally get past Williams, Taylor Williams. There are a lot of Williamses in this race. Some kind of new motorsport dynasty. Paris holding a tighter line than Williams. He knows he won't have the legs up the straight. Well, actually he might. Anyway, lap 39, I think this is the last lap, turn 1. So, turn 1 there is under yellow at the moment. Paris is still having a go, and McKercher follows him, but he's not really close enough to challenge at the moment. Below with the legs of that Integra, he doesn't need to be too close. We went through the dipper, Paris getting real fucking close, McKercher running wide, Coos, Forrest and Williams following him up. Sentra drives away from the Saxo here, and I'm catching up to Hawkins again in the BMW Compact, which I'm probably just taking back a position here that I lost in the pit stop. Just like last time, can cruise past Hawkins on the outside on the way up the hill. Hugh Paris and Gordon McKercher looking on. McKercher takes Paris and Hawkins, and he's looking to take me as well. I think he's actually going to be a lap up on me. But that's the checkered flag. The race is over. Although there's still a yellow flag here at turn 1 after the Powell and Harrop incident. Anyway, we've finished, I think, 28th. Take 35 seconds off that, it's more like 14th. I've only myself to blame for that. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was a 1 hour endurance race.